Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So today's card tutorial, I was actually inspired to make it by watching Deb Smeek, I believe her name is, Delight of My Art. She did a mystery stamping a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was such a cool card, so I wanted to try it, and I did. So here's my version of it, and basically what it does is it pops open, but it's a gatefold card. So let's turn the camera down and get going. So it folds nice and flat, and it fits into an A2 size envelope, but when the recipient gets it, it pops open. How fun is that? I just love it. I think it's so cute. So let's start working on that, okay? First, let me tell you what I am using. I am using the Friendly Foliage stamp set. I've already pulled the stamps off. Then I'm using branching out dies, and I've already done all the die cutting. I'm using the smallest shape in this, and also the leaves, or branches, I guess they are. Now, another option, if you don't happen to have these particular dies, is to use your stylish shape dies. You can either use the circles or the squares, or you can use your Nested Essentials dies. So any of these would work, although this might not work because it's too long and narrow, but either this one or the banner one would probably work really nicely. So, and I am using the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper, and I've got a piece of Granny Apple Green. Let me just pull out my pieces here that I need. Now, again, for all the measurements, please be sure to subscribe to my newsletter, which will go out on Wednesday. One piece. My other pieces in here. And then I'll grab a couple of these pieces. I need a white piece. Guess I should have had this all ready, right? But here we are. I'm not totally ready. All right, and then I need those. Okay, I think we're good now. I think I got all my parts and pieces, right? Yes, okay. So let's set that aside. All right, so for the, let's do our folding first. My bone folder. So we're going to do the, flip this, which side does it go? I guess, here we go, okay. So I'm gonna fold the first one a mountain, so it kind of looks like a mountain, right? The second one is a valley because it's indented, okay? And then we're gonna do the same valley, and then mountain. You definitely want, ooh, I can see I'm way off on that. Now, either I cut that wrong, or I scored it wrong, one or the other, but we're gonna go with it. I'm not sure. So you want to definitely burnish your edges though really well, because this is a pop-up card and it will fit in your envelope, but it might be a little bit of a tight squeeze. So even though my measurements are off somehow, I will get you the correct measurements. Like I said, I don't know if it happened with the cutting or with the scoring. But it looks like a wonky card. Who knows? Who knows? All right, and then we'll fold that back and score it, or rather burnish it. Okay, we're good. All right, so I am going to take my two biggest pieces. They will go on the outside part, right here. And then, oh, I am missing one piece, I think. Yes, I am. The most important piece. We need our back piece. Okay, there we go. So, and onto this piece, not that one, but this piece here, And I know the measurement for this. This one's 4¼ by 5½. And we're going to layer these over here on either side, just like so. So let me move that out of the way. Put our white piece here. I don't need that yet. And what am I looking for? Glue. Glue is good. All right. So let's put these down with some adhesive. You can use your favorite adhesive here. I love to use my liquid glue because it allows me some wiggle time. So if I don't get it perfectly right, I've got a little bit of time to scooch it around. Okay, and I like to go sideways. It just gives me a better vantage point. So let me know in the comments what you think of my new mat. Decided to change it up a little bit. We'll see how it goes. Although I really love my other mat because it had the measurements on it. But we're going to try this one for a little bit and see if we like it. Plus it's got it's actually a mouse pad, so it's kind of cushiony. So I may not have to use my pierce mat when I'm stamping because I've already got a little bit of cushion under there, right? So we'll see. We will see. All right, so that's going down. And let's line that up. About there. I'm just looking for equal spacing, or equal-ish, as I like to say. Okay, let's set that for a minute. Set that aside for a minute, and let's add these side panels. Now you can use either side of this, but I wanted to make it a little prettier with those lovely florals and brighten up these dreary winter days that we have, right? So we'll bring a little color into our lives. Now, this probably looks off because, like I said, I either scored it wrong or I cut it wrong, but we're going to go with it because there are no mistakes in stamping, card making, just embellishment opportunities. Which reminds me, I didn't put any embellishments on this card, so I don't know if we're going to. Yeah, I really messed this up, it looks like. So anyway, you will have the correct measurements in your PDF. Do not worry about that. Okay, then these are going to go here, one on each side. The other side is so pretty. I hate to cover it up, but we didn't want to make it too florally because I could actually use this for a masculine card as well. And really, you can use any card for masculine cards. Just depends on what DSP you use and what stamps. Although who's to say that men can't have flowers, right? And who's to say that they don't do pink? I mean, my son loves pink, so just saying. My husband, on the other hand, well, anyway, he does not do pink. I don't think he owns anything in pink. The only thing closest to pink that he owns is a salmon-colored polo shirt, which I believe my son has inherited because I think my husband just wore it maybe once. It's just not his color. Just not his color. Okay, so we are good there. I'm good there. Now comes the fun part. So I'm going to close this up. I'm going to put adhesive just on this side. Don't put it on those little panels, okay? Because then we're going to put that right down there. And I'll let it set. And then this way, once that's setting, then I will do stamping. And this card really does come together quickly. At first, I was a little intimidated by it. I was like, how did she do that? But she made it so easy to follow the instructions. So I'm pretty sure that you could do it also. Now, this is probably the hardest part, was doing that.
So just looking for equalish spacing again, because my card is like, whew, I don't know what I was thinking when I scored this one. My goodness. Well, anyway, I'm sure whoever gets this will probably get a laugh at my wonderful scoring. My goodness, what did I do here? Whoo. Isn't that terrible? Did that ever happen to you? Gosh. Anyway, let's set that aside. Close this up. And let's do a little bit of stamping. So I have a basic white piece and I have a tiny strip, which is actually just a scrap piece that I cut off of this piece. So I'm going to use that first. I'm using Old Olive, and I'm going to stamp Sending Love. Sending Love comes from Friendly Foliage, and I wanted something really narrow because I didn't want to take away from the card, so just something small. Are we good with that? Yeah, it's straight. It's straight. Okay, so that's that, if I can pick it up. Then I'm going to stamp Wishing You All the Best. We'll do that on the inside part, right here. Okay. Set that aside. We'll clean those off later. And then I have this little leafy image, again, from Friendly Foliage. And, you know, the other card I didn't stamp off, but I think I want to stamp off because I felt like it was too dark. So let's just do a little light one here. Yeah, I like that so much better. You'll have to let me know in the comments. I'll show you the other one. Let me know if you'd like it darker or lighter. So I'm liking my little mat. It's working well, working well. All right, so we are done with our stamping. Set that aside, set that aside. I want to trim this, so let's grab a scissor. So I'm going to trim, I want to leave about the same amount of space on this side. Okay, I saw a cat here, that's why I had to stop. All right, so probably right about there, I think. I might have to cut a little bit off of the other side now because it's not as equal. Oh, can't grab that. All right, is that equal enough? You know, sometimes you look at these and you're like, is it equal? You know, I'm going to cut just a sliver. All right, that's good enough. I'm done with this. Set that there, that there. All right, let's put this on the inside, and then I have my one piece. I already die cut that, so that was die cut with the branching out dies. I've got the base is in Granny Apple Green, and then the branch is in Old Olive. So let's put this on the inside first. Okay, we'll do that. That. And I'll put this on the inside. And I know I was talking about embellishments, but I don't think I'm going to add them because I feel that the DSP does all the work for us. And I think that's perfect, just enough. All right, so now when I am adhering this piece, because we don't want to close the card shut, I just want to put it on one side. Now, because I'm right-handed, I guess I like to put it on the left-hand side, so I don't know. So I'm going to flip that over. I'm just going to put some adhesive just about midway. Probably a little less than midway, just to be safe. That, like so. All right, so we're going to put this, I'm going to close this up. Again, looking for that equal spacing, top, bottom, left, and right. And we'll turn it this way. Oh, goodness, it moved too much on me. Come on. There we go. Okay. Right, I think that looks good. Yep. And make sure that we're good there. Okay, so I'm just going to fold that back and just press this. All right, let's put this away. And I'll use my mini dimensionals to add our sentiment to the front. Okay, and this card is all done. So that was rather quick. So I think I'm just going to add 2 dimensionals here. And again, I'm using the mini ones, but you can always cut the big ones in half, or you can use the edge of your dimensionals. That always works as well. That in the garbage. And we'll just add this to the front. So again, I'm actually going to center it with Sending Love Centered, like so, and then we'll press down. So there you go. Pretty, isn't it? I think that looks so great. And like I said, I could add embellishments, but I don't think I will. So friends, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. That's helping me grow my channel. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. Just make sure you hit that notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. Friends, have a great day. Have a great week. Until next time, bye-bye.